Hello and welcome to Clusters. So far in the book of Acts, the focus has been very much on the Apostle Peter. Apart from chapters 6 and 7 where Stephen takes centre stage, Peter has been mentioned by name 71 times. Yet after this week's reading, Peter is only mentioned once more in the final 16 chapters of the book. So this is very much Peter's last hurrah from Luke, but it's a great story. Persecution has returned to the church, and even James, the brother of John and one of Jesus' three closest followers, has been executed by the sword under the authority of King Herod. Now this is a new King Herod, Herod Agrippa I, who reigned for about 3 years between 41 and 44 AD. He's not the Herod who slaughtered the innocents at Jesus' birth, nor the Herod who had John the Baptist beheaded. Agrippa is clearly a people pleaser, and he sees that persecuting the Christians pleases the Jewish people. And so he has Peter arrested. He's chained up between guards in a prison cell. Herod's taking no chances, and the church prays earnestly for Peter's release. The story of Peter's escape from prison is amazing. It's miraculous, it's exciting, it's gripping, it's even amusing. Even Peter himself isn't 100% sure it's really happening. He thinks it might just be a vision. Once out of prison, he goes to the house of Mary, the mother of John Mark, the guy who wrote Mark's Gospel, which is thought to contain the recollections of Peter. The local church has gathered there that night to pray for Peter's release. Yet when he bangs on the door, the servant girl who goes to answer is overjoyed when she hears his voice, but leaves him standing on the doorstep while she goes to tell those praying. And when she does, they don't believe her that it's really him. What does this tell us about their faith and God's ability to answer prayers? Incidentally, the James referred to in verse 17 is most likely the half-brother of Jesus. Mary didn't remain a virgin her whole life. Herod is outraged and mounts a search for Peter, but as with all evil dictators, when he can't find him, he has the guards executed. The account of Herod's death is also recounted by the Jewish historian Josephus, who lived from 37 to around 100 AD. You can find his account on Herod Agrippa's Wikipedia page if you're interested. Herod put on games up in the arena in Caesarea in honour of the Emperor Claudius. There he gave a speech at which the people, apparently impressed, shouted that Herod was the voice of a god. Unfortunately for him, he didn't contradict them or give praise to the one true God, and so was struck down. After 5 days of agonising pain in his belly, he was exhausted and finally succumbed. Clear judgment for his arrogance and his persecution of the church. My apologies for the last talk where I told you we were meeting as Trinity together last week. As it was half term, this didn't happen. However, I'm assured that it will be on again next week, the 15th. I hope to see you there, but until then, have a great cluster.